day, Viralapatti ji, and give your views and experience. Like I would urge, after explaining initially something that you want to say with your research and experience, if you share some of your case study, that if that situation comes, how you respond to it and what was the impact, so that the whole thing that we learned in last 2 days is that if we learn, everybody, all who are sitting here, understand meditation is very important. Being calm is very important. But when the situation really comes, how do you respond or react? That's the crux. So how do you do that, sir?
Yeah, thank you. So I'll present my own experience. So think about year 2018. It's about 1 year before COVID. So that is the year, I have a company in United States based in St. Louis, and I also have a development center in Hyderabad. So it's doing well. So we were about 24 years old company by that time, and things are all going great. But my client came back and said, we don't need you, and we are moving away from you to another firm. And so that was kind of devastating. And I have employees, and usually I don't lay off people. In the US, it's very common. If you don't have work, you just lay them off. So I'm conflicted. We have 75% of the business going away, both in the US and India. Scores of employees are going to be affected. And so that was the big conflict I have. And how do I, get over that? So they have given us some time before the changeover happens. So I was having sleepless nights. And so one of the family members said, we are doing a Guru Puja. So Isha Foundation Guru Puja. So invited me, I went there. And I felt very calm after the puja. And so I said, okay, who is this Sadguru? And I went to YouTube and got, once in the YouTube, once you do that, you get multiple videos. So I got interested in Sadguru. I said, okay, let me go to Nashville. It's very close to me. And I went and did that inner engineering Shambhavi Mahamudra. So that was the transformative time for me. And I was having sleepless nights. I'm also diabetic, and also have back pain. Back pain was going on for quite a number of years. So after that Shambhavi Mahamudra, I came back, and my blood sugar went down. So it used to be fasting blood sugar, used to be 140 and all that, but it dropped to 90. And my back pain is gone. So immediate two physical impacts that I experienced. Then I said, this is something I should start doing regularly. So I started getting up at 4 o'clock, and so it has that, it's a 21-minute capsule. It has included, your asanas, your pranayam, and, Om chanting, all, and dharana, everything is included in one capsule, and started doing it. So then I got at least while I was doing it, I forgot about all these issues, conflicts, and I dissolved my body and dissolved my mind and no emotions and just merged with the universe. That's the kind of experience I had. And the moment I had that experience, and things started happening. So instead of worrying about this, I said, what do we need to do to deal with it? So I had a really good, my client had a layoffs, and so I picked up a very good person as vice president, and he assured me that we'll find other jobs and we'll keep all the employees. So that's taken care of. And then on the family side, I had two daughters, and one of them married, no children. Another is hitting 33, not married. And you know, in India, we got married. I was 24, my wife was 19. And so they're 32, 33 is late. So even that is resolved. So my eldest daughter, conceived and got a son, and the younger one also married and got a daughter. So that's all resolved. But the question that haunted me at that time in that conflict is, this is the third thing that happened in my life that was very touchy and very draining, I would say. First is my mom came to United States to visit us, and she died next day. So it's a pulmonary embolism, they say, if you travel in the flights. So blood clots form in your legs, and they travel and hit the lungs, and lungs stop functioning. So immediate death. So that was devastating, and it kind of put me into depression. I'm talking about this is a few years ago, before 2018. But after that, my dad passed away, and plus this baby, that business that I was growing close to 20 years and it was going away, then questions started coming to me and said, what is this life? Why am I here? What should I do? And doing this Sudarshan Kriya, and then they introduced me to meditation, Shunya. And once I started doing that, I got the clarity. I got the clarity of who am I, how I'm connected to each other, and what is my purpose. The purpose I've got, 3 E's: the education, entrepreneurship, enlightenment. Education is because I've seen the population, let's not go into the purpose, but the conflict here got resolved because of this Shambhavi and Shunya that I'm practicing. And one other thing I found, and I hit 60 years also at that time. So I said, I cannot wait for the 60 years to realize who am I. If I can realize who am I when I was 20, or like Sadhguru realized who he is in 24, now you see how much impactful he is. Sri Ravi Shankar also realized when he's young. Narendra Modi realized when he's young. And look at what the impact they have created all over the world. What if I realized this, who am I, when I was like 20s? I would have made a humongous impact. So I said, I need to touch the youth, catch them when they're young, and create the interest of answering this question, who am I? And I found Chandra sir and Buddha CEO technique, of all the techniques that I went through Isha, I went through Art of Living, I went through Heartfulness, all the techniques I found. The Buddha CEO technique is simple, easy to understand, easy to do, and if a baby can sit, they can actually do. In fact, one of the Buddha CEO meditation, I got my granddaughter, 3 years old, and she participated along with the dad. And she said at the end, Grandpa, it's funny. I said, for her it's funny because she's such an active girl and wants to play around and move around. Here everybody's sitting quiet and closing their eyes, putting their hands. But she's coming every month, going to be coming every month now. So that is the kind of impact I was trying to create in the youth in St. Louis. Also, in my company, I have sponsored my employees to take Isha's inner engineering online. In fact, we had a Harvard Medical School come in and do the study, and our employee stress came down by 50% by doing that program, and it's there on the Isha Foundation website, and they use it for all the corporates to go and all that. And I'm also supporting Isha's inner engineering platform as a free, and I don't know how many of you know, but the inner engineering platform makes over 10 million for Isha Foundation every year. So that's the kind of help that I'm providing, whatever the little I could do there. For Art of Living, Gurudev Ravi Shankar came to St. Louis, so I had that program given to anybody in St. Louis. So we had a target of 250 people go through that program. We are able to achieve about 125 half, but we have done that. Now Buddha CEO, we are doing it with the youth every month in the temple, and whoever comes, they get one share of publicly traded share. They get one share to, so parents have to open the account and deposit. And I told them that I would want you to become millionaires in dollars by the time you graduate from high school if you're young, but otherwise, by 30 years. And I selected the stocks like Tesla, Microsoft, or Google, like that kind of stocks. And if they hold it, and they can become millionaires. So my intention is if they have enough money by the time they graduate from the high school, they can actually focus on what is important to them. Like for me, the important thing in my life at this time, education, entrepreneurship, and enlightenment. I like to find and develop 23 Elon Musks in India. So I'm working on that also. I like to see more people enlightened at the early age. I like to see the rural areas, tribal areas develop, and democracy strengthened like that. So that's the kind of, from a conflict that I had, so I was able to resolve the conflict, also make an impact around, not only in my personal life, but in the community and the country and the nations. I was able to do that with the Buddha CEO. The one last thing I want to mention, so the manifestation powers that you get by meditation, don't underestimate them. Chandra sir called me somewhere in end of February, first week of March, and said, would you like to come for the, this event? And I was in India for 1 month. I was returning to States. I said, Chandra sir, I won't be able to come, please, sorry. But, his intention was so strong. And we had a family issue in my next brother, son, who is growing up here. He's 32 years old, and he's not married, and everybody was concerned, and he was looking for a perfect match, and his wife, the would-be wife, was also kind of a perfect match. It was not happening. But somehow they, watered down all the things and all that, but it happened. But that marriage settled, and it's a tradition in our family. If marriage happens, all the family members meet. So I was coming in, and I looked at it. The marriage is on 11th, and this is now, so why not I just come here and then go to marriage? So it's not only Chandra's intention not only brought me here, but also made my nephew's wedding happen. So when you have with the masters, the power of meditation or power of intention, power of manifestation, does amazing things. That's why people ask me, why you want to create 23 Elon Musk? I just don't want to make just simple millions. I want to help India become the superpower and the #1 economy. The only way to do it is create 23 Elon Musk. That's it. Thank you.